All right, guys. Fula coming to you with another product review. I got on my Khabib hat just to add something to the video. Obviously, I'm not going to show my face because of ops. Believe it or not, ever since I stopped the traditional African man Fula spear content, it still hasn't like unfortunately stopped people from like trying to dox me and stuff like that. Mostly Keisha's who, found found what I said offensive about them. But yeah, my which we call it homeboy, um, my homeboy from which we call it Chechnya sent this to me, and he basically said, "This is your invitation. Come. You need to come here. You need to also visit Kazakhstan and other places." So, inshallah, I'm doing the steps to take him out on this offer. But anyhow, I want to get into this boxing glove that I got. Now, I really haven't been like I've never really used rival gloves before, so I really didn't know what to expect. But you know, my coach he kind of recommended me to try a glove because we're kind of used to training in we're kind of used to training in 14 ounces. This glove is a 10-ounce glove. Okay, this is a 10-ounce glove. Um, and he suggested me training with a 10-ounce glove. You know, and just sparring with bigger gloves instead of training with training with you know 14 and 16-ounce gloves and sparring with 14 and 16-ounce gloves. He basically said, hey, maybe you need to add some like versatility and things like that with it. So the thing is about this glove that I was surprised is called the Rival RS RFX Guerrero. So this is like a puncher's glove. This is like basically a punching glove, like someone who's like maybe a big puncher. I'm gonna be honest with you. Winning gloves, um, winning gloves definitely win on the cushioning part, and they also win on the wrist support part. Now I'm not saying this is like a bad glove or anything, but what I will say is this is like a minimalist glove. Okay, because even when I notice about the cushion like when I go like this, right? When I go like this, I can literally feel um like my bare knuckle kind of, Like it seems like the cushioning basically is the cushioning just like my hand basically just surpasses the cushioning and it just goes to the bare knuckle. That's what I will say about this glove, okay? Now, I will say one thing, and this is one thing I do notice. The material of this glove, it feels like I guess you can say a classic glove. I didn't know these were horsehairs. I had no idea, but these are actually horsehairs. These gloves are horsehair. So, horsehairs hurt more. Um, the reason why I know horsehairs hurt more is because my coach, for example, he thought he was slick, but and by all means, I don't consider myself like a super big puncher. I focus more on how fast I punch more and how I punch more and how my body is going to be set up to punch basically more than I do on the power. However, what he did, and he's not slick, is instead of using the traditional pads when we're doing pad work, what he did is he switched it to the pads where you hold them, where you have like the paddle pads. He didn't use the traditional hand mitts. He used the traditional paddle pads because he knew that my things were going to be flying. Now, what I will say about it is that as crazy as this sounds, using a glove that it, like using a glove that is smaller, like a couple of ounces smaller, I know it doesn't seem like it would make a big difference because, if you're 154 and above, you fight in 10-ounce gloves. Heavyweight, they fight in 12-ounce gloves. If you're up to 147, they fight in 8-ounce gloves. So I fought in 8-ounce gloves, and I fought also in 10-ounce gloves. However, I really rarely trained in 10-ounce gloves. When you train in 10-ounce gloves, I will say one thing. Um, it kind of, you don't realize how fast you may be punching, because I'm not gonna lie, when I did punch on this thing, when I did punch, uh, it all you heard was snap. It sounded like a gunshot. You know what I mean? And also I didn't really see my fist flying that often. You know what I mean? I didn't even see the punches really come out. And so that's what I do notice about this glove. You know, I do want to. I guess you can say. I mean, the downside of the glove is it's a minimalist glove. So they said it's a puncher's glove. So the thing is about that is that one wrong move and it possibly could be game over for your hand, or it can be game over for your wrist. Um, I remember the time where I used to have a puncher's glove, and I threw the hook the wrong way. Man, that thing jacked up my wrist. I wasn't able to throw any punches with that hand for at least 4 weeks. You know what I mean? But if I'm gonna continue to use these. I'm definitely gonna continue to use them. But if I were to give an honest assessment of them, I would say it's like 3 out of 4. I can't give it the 4 out of 4, but 3 out of 4. And yeah, you know what I mean. It's just gonna be something I got to get used to. Um, I don't necessarily get gloves based off of like professionals, like what like seasoned professionals use. However, I know that pretty much like Grant is gonna take the cake. You know what I mean? Grant and Winning take the cake when it comes to my favorite type of gloves. Grants and Winnings. Uh, but for training, you mix it up. Like people mix it up. People like Everlast. People like these. So I'm thankful to be able to have a pair of them, and you know, uh, it, there's a upside to it because now, like I guess you can say, in the back of my mind, since this is a minimalist glove, I'm more concerned with punching the right way. You know what I mean, and making sure my technique is right so I don't mess up my hand. And I guess that's the one of the upsides to having a minimalist glove. But anyhow, let me know in the comment sections if you guys have used rival gloves before, and let me know what your experiences are. Do you like them, or do you prefer something else? You know. But anyhow, that's all I got for now. Foolish signing out. Inshallah.